welcome to Power Yoga. We're going to start off with just a little bit of mobilization and warming up. So if you stretch your arms out to about 45-degree angle, so your fingertips are just off the floor, and just feel your arms really reaching for the floor. Feel the palms slightly tilted up, the arms slightly pulling back so the chest is opening. And just feel the stretch through the biceps, opening up the lung meridian. So autumn is a time when the lungs struggle the most. So opening up the lung energy. And just take a few nice deep breaths in, large breaths out as you let go of your day and arrive on your mat. And then drawing the chin slightly into the throat, you can drop your right ear to your right shoulder and feel that stretch going through your neck. And then breathing in and coming back up and going the opposite way. And again, coming back to the center. And this time just rotating the head one way, not looking up or down. And then the opposite way. Still keeping those dynamic stretches through the arms, feeling like the arms are being pulled to the floor. And back to the center. So we're going to interlace the hands, push the palms up to the ceiling. And then bring the hands behind the head. Exhale as you bring the right elbow to the knee, opening up the side of the body. And then breathing in, coming back up. Exhaling as you rotate to the opposite side. And again, breathing in, coming up. And then just stretching the palms back up into the air, releasing the hands, reaching forwards as far as you can go. So keep your bottom on the floor. Just walk your hands as far as they'll go. Feel the shoulders stretching out, the head hanging down. And then gently breathe back in as you come up. So a little bit more mobilization with the shoulders, bringing the hands onto the shoulders and then rotating the elbows, big circles, creating lots of nice movement in the ball and socket joints of the shoulders. And then the opposite way. And then gently releasing. Lovely. So we're going to release the right leg and keep the left heel tucked into the groin. We're going to breathe in and stretch up. Breathe out and reach forwards for that foot. Feel the hamstring through the buttocks, opening up the lower back. Breathing into the kidneys in the small of the back. And then breathe in and come back up. So we're going to twist to the left. The left hand's going to support you by your side, lifting the hips up. And then rotating the arm, big circles. Both directions, opening up the shoulders. And then stretching the right arm up into the air. And then lift the right leg up off the floor. Stretch the right arm over the head, creating that lovely long line. And then gently come back to sitting. Bring the right foot in. Butterfly out the knees. Again, creating some movement into the hips. And then gently release the left leg. So again, Janusarasana, breathing in, stretching up. Exhaling, reaching forwards. Working with your breath. Stretching through the hamstrings to release the lower back. And breathing in to come back up. So again, breathe in, stretch up, twist to the right this time, lifting the hips up off the floor, lifting the chest up, opening up the heart, and then spiraling out the arm. A few big circles in each direction. And then stretch the arm into the air, lift that left leg up, stretch the left arm over the head, creating that lovely long line. And rock back down to sitting. Bringing the foot back in. This time, dropping the knees and pulling yourself forwards. And gently breathing, come back up. Draw the knees up, stretch the legs out. So, we're going to try and stay in staff pose. But if you need to lean back slightly, you can. But try and stay in staff pose. And just lift your left foot up off the floor 7 times. And then swap. Lovely. And then try both feet at the same time. If you need to lean back, you can. Excellent. Okay. When you've done your 7, reach forwards, hold your feet. Lift your left foot off the floor. Use your hand to help. And then drop it down. Swap sides. And drop it down. And release. So really getting into those hip flexors. So now we were in staff pose for that. Come forward slightly. Bring your hands onto the floor about level with your knees. And again, for this time, good. And then see if you can do both. Hold and release. So lean forwards, lift up both, and relax. Lovely. Okay, now take the legs nice and wide apart. This time we will lean back on the hands, ever so slightly. So 4 lifts each leg. Excellent. And then breathe in, lift both feet up and down. And down. Try and come forwards a little bit. And down. Lovely. Okay, now open the legs up nice and wide. As wide as you can go. So we're going to twist over to the right. Hands going to lift us up. Feet are going to drop onto the edges. We're going to lift the hips up, stretch the arms up. Really push up. Take the left hand and touch the floor. And then lift back up. 3 more times. And come back down. Turn to the opposite side. Lift up. Reach up, stretch up. Touch the floor 4 times. And come back down. And reach for the feet. Don't worry if you can't hold your feet, just stretch forwards. And gently come back. Okay, so I'll just demo what we're going to do. We're going to be on the floor and we're going to rock to chair. So we're trying to create fluidity. Okay? So try and do about 10. But what I'm trying to get is this fluidity and the chair pose at the end. Excellent. Keep the momentum. Try not to take out any antique furniture. And then your last one, come on to tiptoes. Good. Lovely. Okay. So we're going to open the knees apart, come into our crow. Elbows, taking the weight of the shins, lifting up onto the haunches. Remember, look forwards, lifting up, crow. And then come back down. Good. Knees together, side crow. Twisting. So if you twist to the left, your left foot's going to come over your right ankle. And come down. Twisting to the right. Right ankle over left. And gently come back down. Lovely. Okay, so gently come onto your hands. Jump back into downward facing dog. So find your downward dog. Pedal out your heels. Get some length in the calves. Gently bend the knees halfway to the floor. Bring the shoulders over your hands. Plank. Bend the elbows so they point behind you as you lower down. Let your whole body touch the floor at the same time. Breathe in fluid high cobra. Drawing back the hips. Rolling back up, downward dog. Again, bending the knees. Coming over. Bending the elbows slowly as you sink. Breathing in, fluidly curling up, high cobra. Breathing out, pulling back. Coming into downward facing dog. This time scoop forwards into upward facing dog, knees staying off the floor. And again, rocking back, downward facing dog. So gently lift your left leg up into the air, bend the knee, twist the knee up to the ceiling, hold it there, bring your weight over to your right hand, shoulder over the right hand, left arm comes up, left foot on tiptoes behind you, side plank with the left foot just propping you up, and come back, downward facing dog. Bring the right leg up, bend the knee, twist the knee up to the ceiling. Feel the twist. Weight comes over to the left shoulder, tiptoes on the floor, right arm stretching up, left leg straight, flip back, downward facing dog. So do that again, but try and keep more control so your foot doesn't touch the floor behind you. It just hovers off the floor. So bring your left leg up, bend your knee, twist up, get the twist, and then come up. Try and let that foot just hover, and then flip back. Find fluidity and control. Very nice. Swap sides when you're ready. Right leg lifting up. Bend the knee, enjoy the stretch, and then start to flip. Keep control. and flip back. Come back into your downward dog. Gently bring your knees down to the floor. Sit back on your heels. Gomukhasana, stretch out your shoulders. So as you hold your Gomukhasana, I'm just going to demo what we're going to do. We're going to create fluidity with the movements. And then on the last one each side, we'll drop the foot and come back up into this position we've already done. So gently rotating round, doing your arms the opposite way. Work with your breath. So we're going to do 4 kicks out to the side, and then on the 4th one, we'll drop the foot to the floor and lift up into our wild thing variation. So gently come back onto your hands, lift up. So we'll start with the left leg. You lift the left leg high, bend the knee, twist the knee up to the ceiling, open up the hips, and then bring the left knee all the way to the right elbow, kick out the leg, let it hover, and then bring it back, stretch it up into the air, go through the movement slowly. Stretch the leg back up into the air, then bend the knee, then twist up to the ceiling. So remember, we're still trying to stretch in our movements. We still want to twist the knee up to the ceiling, open up the hips. On the 4th time, just drop the foot to the floor, stretch the right arm up, wild thing, push the hips up, lift the chest, open up the heart, feel it as a back bend. And come back down. Lift the leg up, bring the knee back, drop the foot. Opposite leg. Right leg coming up, twist the knee up to the ceiling, open up the hips, and then bring the leg all the way across to the elbow, then kick the leg out, slow and controlled. I'm trying to find that finite muscle control. Slower the better. Let that muscle memory kick in. On that 4th one, drop the foot. Lift up. And come back down. Draw the leg back. Downward facing dog. Gently come forwards into your plank. So we want to do 5 forearm drops. Keep your hips strong and your core active. Excellent. Push back into your downward dog. Bring your left knee down to the middle of your mat. Flick the foot to the right. And bring your left knee in between, in behind it. Flick the foot to the left. And then sit down in between your feet. Gardanasana. Bring your right elbow up. Left elbow underneath. Gardanasana with the arms. So keep the solar plexus lifted. Breathe in, lift the elbows up. Breathe out, bring your elbows down. But don't drop at the solar plexus. Keep your chest open. Move with your breath. Breathing and lifting up. Breathing out. Coming down. Flow with your breath. Last one, breathe in, lift up, look up, breathe out, bend forwards. Breathe in, come up. Release the hands, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Have a little stretch from side to side. Just flow with your breath. And come back to neutral. So we're going to spin round so that the legs come into the opposite pattern. So we just use our core, move like an animal, try and find some grace as you twist to the right. Excellent. Come back into your Gardanasana. Left elbow up, right elbow underneath, arms together. Breathing in, lifting the elbows up. Breathing out, bringing the elbows down. Really stretch out those shoulder blades, the rhomboids, the traps. On that last in-breath, lean back, look up. Breathe out, come forwards. Breathe in, come back up, release the arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. So again, we're going to move like an animal, twisting to the left, spiraling. Excellent. So back in our original pattern. So we're going to flip up using our core into downward facing dog. So try and get spring. Excellent. So we did something similar to this a couple of weeks ago. Lift your left leg up. Bring the knee to the chest. Lift the shoulders high over the hands. Flick the foot between your hands. And then as you breathe in, lift your right knee up to your chest as you stand up. So we're going to kick the leg out. We're going to move it round. Come forwards into your warrior. Bring the hands out to the side. Twist into your crescent moon. Keep control of your core. Bring the knee back up to the chest. Kick leg out. Swing the leg round. Arms come forwards. Warrior. Bring the arms out to the side. Crescent moon. Twist to the right. Good. Bring the knee back up to the chest. Kick the leg out. Slightly different this time. Bring the leg round, arms out to the side. And then bring the leg back round, back to cactus arms. And again, swing the leg round. Keep the foot high as if you're trying to bring it over a chair. Arms out to the sides. And then keep the leg high, bring it round. Cactus arms. Gently bring the leg back. Reach down, hold your left ankle. Keep that leg up high. Bring the hands to the floor, step back. Left foot back. Downward dog. So this time, lift the right leg up. Bring the knee to the chest. Bring the shoulders high over the hands. Flick the foot between your hands. Big lift. Stretch the leg up. Bring the leg round, keep it high, arms forwards. Arms out to the side. Twist to the left, crescent moon, keep the left leg high. Scoop the knee back to the chest. Cactus arms. Kick the leg out. Stretch the arms up as the leg comes round high. You come forwards. Arms out to the sides. Crescent moon. Again, bring the knee to the chest. Keep control. Kick out. This time as the leg comes round, we come forwards, arms out to the sides. And then keep the leg straight as you bring it back round. One more time. Keep the leg straight, swing it round. Knee to chest. Bring the leg back, come forwards. Hold your ankle. And then hands to floor, step back, downward dog. Gently come forwards into your plank. Exhale, lower down. Excellent. So we're going to do our press-ups with our hands down by our waistline. So bring your hands down by your waistline, fingers pointing out sideways, elbows still quite tucked in. Curl onto the tips of the toes. Engage your core. Breathe in, push up. So feel your body like a plank, lift those hips high, hold it. Lift your right foot off the floor and relax it down, come down. Breathe in, push up. Lift your left leg high. And come down. Take a brief breath in and then push up. Lift your right leg. Try and keep the foot off the floor as you come halfway down. Hold it and relax down. Last one. Breathe in, lift up. Left leg up. Come halfway down, hold it. And all the way down. Stretch your arms out by your side, palm facing up. Turn your head one way, get a little twist in the neck. Gently turn the head the opposite way. Bring the chin to neutral, bend the knees, take hold of the ankles. Roll the chest up into bow. Lift the thighs off the floor. Lift the knees off the floor. Breathe. Smile. Ladies, feel free to rock backwards and forwards. Gentlemen, I don't recommend it. Work with your breath. Feel those quads stretching, the lower back working. Biceps and triceps are getting stretched. Roll over to your right side. Roll over onto your left. Back to neutral. Release the legs. Curl all the way up through high cobra and pull back into full child's pose. Bottom on your heels, arms by your sides, head on the floor, palms facing up. Work with your breath. Feel your spine lengthening. And then gently roll back up to sitting. So we're going to, in a moment, bring our palms onto the floor. Our toes are still pointing behind us. We're just going to lift the bottom up, lift the knees off the floor, push those hands into the floor, and then we're going to flip onto our feet to crouch down. So lift the knees up, lift the bottom up, push, push, push. And then flip onto your feet and come into your balance. You can bring your hands up higher. Bring your hands up higher. And then gently come back to sitting. So I'll come sideways, you can see better. We're going to sit in staff pose, nice 90-degree angles. We're going to have our palms down, so our arms are right by our sides, nice and strong. Feet about hip width distance apart. So again, it's all about fluid movement and control. We lift up into our bridge, and then we journey down and land back between our hands. Okay, we're going to do 7 in your own time. And then come back to staff pose. Lovely. So we started off the class doing Janusarasana with our heel tucked into our groin and coming forwards. So what we're going to do now is we're going to bring the foot behind the hip and we're going to sit. Okay, so you're aiming at getting about maybe just under a 90-degree angle between your thigh and your leg. So you're going to twist to the right, breathe in, stretch up, breathe out, reach forwards. And then breathe in and come back up. Okay. So as I said, this was about kind of fluid core movements, kind of like an animal moving. So what we're going to do is no hands. We're going to come up, drop to the other side. Okay? No hands. Come on, guys. Okay. And then once you're in that movement, twist to the left leg, breathe in, stretch up, reach forwards. And again, breathe and come back up. Okay, so as always, I've saved some time to play, and this is what we're going to play with. No hands, up, down, up, down. So have a little play. Try and get that lift. Get that fluidity in your hips. Get that movement from Uddiyana Bandha. If you need to use your hands a little bit, that's fine. It's about getting that muscle memory working. Even if you just bring your hands slightly to the floor to give you just a little bit of guidance. Just play. And then you can gently come back into your staff pose. Excellent. So we're going to gently come down onto our back. We're going to come into our plow. We want our shoulders sliding up towards our ears, shoulder blades squeezing together. We breathe in, lifting the legs up. Breathe out, thrusting the legs into the air, into shoulder stand. Hands under your lower back for support. And then we lower the feet down behind the head. So again, don't worry if your feet don't quite make it to the floor. Keep your hands supporting you. Work with your breath. Breathe in and lift your left leg up into the air. And then bend your left knee as if you're going to drop the foot down to your bottom. And just hold it there, feeling the stretch through the groin, through the quads, through the hamstrings. Breathing and holding that shape. And then gently relaxing the leg back down, behind the head. This time bringing the opposite leg all the way up. Again, bend the knee as if you're going to drop the foot to the bottom. Feel the stretch through the groins, through the quads, through the hamstrings. Using your breath. And again, relaxing the foot down behind the head. Let's see if you can keep the legs straight and breathe in and lift them back up into shoulder stand. Keeping the legs straight as you bring them up. Trying to push the hips towards your chin and have the feet over the hips. So try not to have the feet coming forwards over the forehead. Try and have the feet over the hips. Excellent. So again, gently lower the feet down behind the head. Keeping the legs straight and controlled. And then breathing in and lifting the legs back up as straight as you can. Excellent. And then last time, lowering the feet down behind the head. And then we can bend the knees as if we're bringing the ears down by the ears. And using your hands to support you, can gently begin to roll your spine back down onto your mat. Nice and controlled. Eventually the feet find the floor, which allows us to just lift the bottom up and slide the arms underneath the back, resting the legs back down flat on the floor from Matsyasana, fish pose. Use your chest and your shoulders to lift up. Let your head rock back. So just really feel the heart opening up, the chest opening up. Work with your breath. Lifting the chest, letting the head rock back, but no weight going through the neck. And then gently resting your spine back down onto your mat, releasing the hands. So we're going to bring the knees up, have the feet hip width distance apart. Slide the shoulders again to the ear, up to the ears to make that strong shoulder base, palms by your side. And just lift up into your half bridge. So knees up, feet flat on the floor, shoulders by your ears, chin tucks into your throat, lifting up into your half bridge. Feeling the hips, lifting up the lower back bending. If you want to, you can bring your hands behind your shoulders and lift up into full chakra pose. Lifting your chest and head off the floor, creating that lovely big back bend, heart opener. When you come back down, relax into your Shavasana. And just breathe into that point between your eyebrows. Feel the breath and your awareness focused on that point between your eyebrows as you breathe in and out. And then just spend that last minute resting in stillness. in your own time, and give your knees a hug. Have a gentle rock from side to side before rolling back up to sitting. Namaste.